to make sure I take a moment to thank the people that helped make this video possible. I consider you producers of this channel and of this show. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. So I'd like to thank Rags, Comic Boom, Pop Size, The Frag Minion, Warren JB, Lynchnut, David Osenwitz, sorry if I mispronounced your name, and a penny for your dimes. I also want to thank the people that like to remain anonymous and anybody else that has contributed to this channel in the past. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. If you find yourself in a position you can help and you want to see your name here too as a producer credit, go ahead and look down in the links below. There will be a Patreon, a subscribe star, as well as a one-time donation, and you can see your name up here too. Thank you. Hello, Fruitforce. This is Captain Fruit reporting for duty, and today I'm doing another episode of Comic Pron, where we look at 3 different comic books, talk about them just a little bit, more about the time period, maybe how it related to me, and then mainly about the covers. And the goal is if you went into a comic shop and you could only afford one of these issues, which one would you choose? This is something we faced back in the day. You know, I guess everybody still faces it today, but back then you could afford a couple choices and maybe not have them all turn out great. But nowadays they're so expensive you can't do that. So anyway, I'm dipping into my daughter's favorite stash, the Thor, because her favorite's Thor. Unfortunately, she's not here right now, but maybe she'll be here for another one of these soon. Anyway, we have here issue 445. At this point, the price went up to $1.25. Yeah, this is when it started really going, oh man, comics are starting to hurt now. And the price. This is 1992 in March. And you look at this awesome cover here. We're dealing with the Operation Galactic Storm multi-part storyline. You know, I'm not a big fan of all these multiple part storylines, but I did enjoy Galactic Storm quite a lot. Anyway, here from the pages of X-Men, can even the power and thunder of the Thunder God defeat Gladiator, another super powerful character. And this is Eric Masterson Thor. So keep that in mind. The War and the Warrior. And this is the 30th anniversary of The Amazing Spider-Man from 1962 to 1992 at this time. Wow, how time has flown. That was 1992, people. Holy cow, they make me feel old when I was buying this off the spinner rack. And a thing to remind me, I didn't buy this off the spinner rack. I'm sorry, I bought this from the comic shop. I went there with so many dollars and I was trying to fill in some of my Thor gaps at the time. No, I'm sorry, not Thor gaps at the time. This one I bought while it was coming out at the comic shop. This was on my pull list. It was a later issue I had to fill in the gaps. I got that mixed up a little bit. So we have this awesome cover. Once again, we have a Ron Frenz cover here. A book here. Tom DeFalco did the story. Oh, I'm sorry, Patrick Olliffe did the pencils. I said Ron Frenz. This isn't Ron Frenz. Look, you can tell by the style. Oh my gosh. Straighten up, buddy. He doesn't come back. Ron Frenz, I think, does the next issue, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Patrick Olliffe on here, but you know what? I think he did an okay job in this issue. It was serviceable. You know, the pages are like this part here. I think that's pretty cool. Look at this. Yow! Pull that up there. How cool is that? Yeah, so he did all right. I'm not going to complain, but here we go. Look at this Monster in My Pocket. Good old classic NES game advertisements there. Here's another character I really like, and I liked seeing this Eric Masterson Thor in the Avengers books. I think he fit really well. Here we have Wonder Man. Don't worry, Blondie, I'll do it. You may have the original Thor's powers, but you lack the necessary finesse and experience to handle a delicate situation like this. You know, and that's one of the cool parts about it. It's so true, and everybody do it. And it wasn't in a mean way. You know, Wonder Man's a character I think deserves more attention. He has not had anything really good for him in the last decade. You know, they tried with him a little bit. I would like to see more with that character, but I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon. So we have Thor fighting Gladiator in this issue. Very good. As for the artwork, it's serviceable. We have some more advertisements for this Rifts. I never really checked out this Rifts. If you did, you ever check this Rifts thing here? Let me know what you thought about it, okay? I would like to know. And here's a page I didn't want to skip. I want to make sure we had that. Look at this page. Oh, dude. Look at that. Batter up, bad guy. It's hammer time. I love that picture there. Not the best drawn there, but, you know, you could tell he was just cracking him over with Molnar big time. Absolutely. I'm going to flip back to the end here, too. You want to play a great game? Boy. And then we have Beetlejuice on Game Boy. I never played Beetlejuice on Game Boy. I wonder if that was any good. I don't think I have it. If you ever played Beetlejuice on Game Boy, let me know. But anyway, that is this issue 445. By the way, before I get to that, this game here, Super Off-Road, you know, I never played it very much on the Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I don't know if I ever played it on Super Nintendo. That's a good question. But I played it in the arcade, and I loved it in the arcade. I thought it was really cool. Probably because I was really good at it. I put in a quarter and lasted like 40 minutes. So that's probably why there. And that was issue 445. So let's look at the next issue in the series. Is 446. And this jumps to Galactic Storm, Operation Galactic Storm Part 14. We're jumping 7 parts because it was a multi-comic book series there. So here we have, and the Avengers are stuck in the middle with the Kree Strike Force versus the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. Pretty cool cover. It looks like, oh crap, they're in trouble. And pretty, you know what, I want to bring up a point too. Once again, we get back to the, diversity. Okay, well, let's look at what we have here, okay? We have a guy that's posing as a god. We have a female character here. A guy here, we have Captain Marvel Monica Rambeau. Once again, we have Living Lightning. We have a lot of diversity. In Aliens, we had diversity. All that diversity bullcrap was just that bullcrap. We actually had it. I'm not anything against it, don't get me wrong. It's just we've had it. That's why I don't get all these back pats that we see today. So here we have this issue too. And this issue has Tom Defalco as writer. Patrick Olliffe is the penciler again. And once again, as I said, not my favorite, but it's serviceable. So there we go there. Okay, so we have that, and matter of fact, is this cover? Let me look at this cover again. Yeah, that's a Patrick. Well, no, that's a Frenz cover. I'm sorry. I was going to say, no wonder that Thor is definitely Frenz. Let me see here. Yep, Ron Frenz there. No wonder. Okay, so the cover was Ron Frenz. The interior is Patrick Olliffe. I love the Ron Frenz covers. I love his art in this book. I think he did the cover of the next one too. I'll have to look too. Is that? So we have a good story here. Look at that. Once again, Monica Rambeau, another character that's gotten treated pretty crappy, got given the shaft the last few years from Marvel, and I'd like to see more credit given towards her. Here we are, look at Wonder Man there. So, you know, it's an interesting issue. I'm not going to say, run out, you have to buy this issue, it's so awesome. It was pretty cool. I do want to stop here. We have more of the Marvel bullpen bulletins here. And here we have James Bond Jr. He's rad, he's bad, he's James Bond Jr. And we have their futuristic gadgets, exotic locales, bizarre villains, breathtaking stunts, world-threatening plots. Cool stuff, you know. I remember he had a cartoon. I only think I've seen like one episode though. It seems like an interesting concept, you know, young him up. But that is what it is. And we have some Marvel cards there. How about that, opening up your card pack? Just careful, don't cut your finger. And here, I want to show this too. More cards here. Once again, how we could order and subscribe back then. But here, walk the plank, ye salty dog. More for Forgotten Realms advertisements from TSR products. Once again, I wasn't real big into that, but if you were, let me know what you thought about a lot of those TSR products. You know, your Dungeons & Dragons, a lot of role play stories, things like that. All right, and the next one here, this is definitely Ron Frenz. I can tell by the face right off the bat. And issue 447 of May, Strange Alliances. Who would have thought you see these two working together? But also guest starring the Amazing Spider-Man, absolutely awesome. And we turn in there, and we're back to Tom Defalco and Ron Frenz back together. And as I said, Olliffe didn't do bad, but I really like Ron Frenz's work with him much better. I like his art style. It's a little bit blocky, but there's something about it that just really works for me, and I really enjoy. And him and Defalco, just amazing team working together. But look at here, Super WrestleMania is so real, you'll wish it was just a game. And this is on Super Nintendo. Let's see, I'm trying to think if I've ever played this one. I don't think I did. I'm not a real big wrestling guy, but you know, I have played some wrestling games and I find them fun, but I couldn't tell you who half the characters are. I remember some of these guys, like, I know that's the Macho Man, I know that's Hulk Hogan, Jake Snake Roberts, Legion of Doom. I don't know who that is. As I said, I wasn't huge. The $1 Million Man there, Undertaker. I knew some back in the day, but I wasn't ever a big watcher. I could not tell you much today about the wrestlers. I can probably tell you The Rock. There was Stone Cold Steve Austin, was real popular. Not too long ago, somebody told me about John Cena. I didn't have a clue who that was, so I know I'm not cool into wrestling. Don't get mad. Okay, so you have Crusher Creel and Thor, Eric Masterson. Look at that. Who would have thought those two guys sitting and having a meal? Now, in today's comic books, they'd have a meal talking about how society is bad and all, you know, commerce is bad, capitalism is terrible. But, you know, different kind of conversations back then. Today it'd just be garbage. But this was something unique back then. And then, of course, this issue has Spider-Man in it. Absolutely amazing. The Amazing Spider-Man. We get this double fold here. Marvel Master Vision. Call this number and play the Ultimate Marvel Trivia game. So, yes, you could get in there and play a Marvel Trivia game. No, thank you. Though I'd probably do somewhat decent, especially back at that time. But look at the artwork once again of Ron Frenz. Absolutely amazing. I love that. He did a great job. As I said, I love to get back. Look at that. Ron Frenz, by the way, did an awesome Spider-Man, too. There we go. Awesome Spider-Man. I don't think I've seen anything Ron Frenz I really didn't care for, to be honest with you. Now we're back to another short story with Patrick Olliffe in there again. So there you have it, issue 447. So I'm going to move this issue aside, put the other ones there, and jump to what we normally do on this show, on the particular show called Comic Pron. We have issue 445, 446, and 447. So here's what I want you guys to do here, is look at each one of these three and tell me which issue would you choose if you could only buy one. Once again, 445, 446, or 447. Now, before I give you my answer, if you want to help out the channel, one of the best ways you can do it is just leave that comment below answering that question. Which one would you choose? Another way, like, subscribe. Hit that notifications bell. Absolutely wonderful things. We would greatly appreciate that. Absolutely. And if you find yourself in a better position too, that you can help donate to the channel, we have some links below that you could use as well. So anyway, looking at these three, wow, you know, it was a tough call. I mean, really tough, especially to me when it became between these two right here, 447 and 445. The reason is it's just cool. You see these two villains, you got the point perspective here, they're coming out at you. You know, you've got Spider-Man in there. Where this one you got to fight with Gladiator. Man, I would say probably the one that would have pulled me is this one, because it had Spider-Man in it too. I'm getting more bang for my buck. But I tell you, this one is just fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of Gladiator, and I like Crusher Creel, and seeing those two together would have been the intriguing thing to me. So, I mean, I love the artwork absolutely on this one. The colors, it pops. I would choose this one based on the characters and what I think I was going to get because of Strange Alliances. But man, this one is splitting hairs on which one I would have chosen. So, once again, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, keep it frugal. Thanks for sticking with me through this. If you don't mind and you enjoy videos like this, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and even bigger, hit that notifications bell, because evidently that means a lot. Also, if you find yourself in the position that you can help the channel and you want to, you say, hey, I like this stuff. If you don't mind, go down to the info bar down below. We have a link for our Patreon, which you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month, which gets you special posts that are only for the patrons. So sometimes I do Frugal Force videos that are patron only, or special versions of videos. I also do random Frugal Force giveaways where I just take a random person out of there with a random number generator. It selects who it is, and I send them stuff, whether it be games or comic books or both, whoever knows. And sometimes I even just ask you guys questions or shoot up a message, and I greatly appreciate you checking those out. Also, if you find that maybe that's not for you, you don't like Patreon, we have it in the info bar as well, a Streamlabs link there where you can click on that and just give a one-time donation, and that helps the channel. All those proceeds are going right back into the channel to help Little Frugal and I and his sister, the American Dream, my wonderful little girl, and our family continue to have fun doing this and sharing this with you. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you for all the ones who have stuck it out with me this long, and all the new ones that have joined on too. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it, and don't be afraid to leave a message in the comments section too. We love to read them. All right, thanks, and until next time, keep it frugal.